Alright, try now. Yeah, that's good. Alright. For some reason it set my input or whatever to my microphone, like...
Yo, good evening, Pretoria. Welcome to Sunday Night Gospel. My name is RoguePatton. I will be your host, and tonight I am no longer single. The solo adventure was only for 1 week, and I was not Beyonce. I could not get it done. The triumphant return of the one and only Mondroid. He's older. He's wiser. Give it up for my boy, Mondroid! Dude, you like trailed off. I don't even know if anybody heard you.
Aw, man.
That was like the quietest.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys. Hey, so yeah, you and Jeff seem to have birthdays around the same time. Must be brothers. That's pretty cool.
All right, good stuff, Jeff.
Saw Jeff just announced on Twitter, turned the big 4-0, so that was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I got one more year to go for that.
Oh man, so you still in your dirty 30s, huh?
Yeah. Still a kid.
Still a kid.
Just kidding.
I just feel like I don't know. I feel like the kid title dropped after the 20s. You know what I mean? But like, I'm also still like in this weird spot at work where I don't know a lot of people in their 40s. I don't know if anybody. Right. I don't know if there are people really in their 40s. There's like this giant gap in the world, I think, and I don't know any of them.
So we'll have to ask Jeff now. What happens, man? What when you get there?
Are you the first one to 40 in a while? Like,
did you just skip to 50 or something?
Man, first few days of my 40s, I got a Happy Meal, and today I went down to Big Boy Slide. Let's go. Oh, my man. So yeah,
Starting it off in style.
I was reading in the chat, we're talking about The Gathering, the Magic gave away a tofu, but he used something out of the People's Guild stream? What, was it like a trivia thing or something going on?
Yeah, it sounded like some kind of trivia where you had to track down all the clues that he left around.
Had to name all 4 of Gathering's accounts. Oh my goodness. Oh, so that must have been an old episode where you had to dust off those archives. Ooh, man. Well, congratulations, DeHaas, on your tofu, man. That'll be exciting. Basically, if you're trying to learn a new card, just spam the crap out of it for a real long time. Figure out what works and figure out what doesn't. Then you'll then you'll get familiar with it. But congratulations.
Put them in.
Put them in. Get them going. Let me know in the chat, is the music too loud for you guys? I can't really tell in my headphones whether or not it's pushing too much, if it's interfering with Mondroid and me. 40 in April crew here too. Wow. So see, wow. I'm behind. I'm 34.
These guys are old, man.
I know, right? No, I feel young. 34. Let's go. I mean, I guess in the crypto space,
You're
I
like
might
the
be
baby.
The kid. It might be. It might be. But yeah, welcome back everybody to Sunday Night Gospel. It has been an actually rather quiet week for me. It was kind of interesting. I experienced the exact same thing that Jangles did, that he talked about on his podcast with Azarcon this week, where like end of season just kind of came and it meant nothing. And the exact same thing happened to me, and I feel like the exact same time. Like, I was going through and I was like, man, I should probably put together my end of season report and earnings stuff. And I'm like, no, it was no different than the last season. Like, I think I'm hitting the same metrics every time, except that, like, I mean, we had the whole inflation aspect of the last one, which honestly might have ruined it even more for me, because like then at that point, like any personal records, anything was just out the window at the end of the day. But oh wow, congratulations. Thank you, Deuce, for the sub, and then thanks People's Guild for finding someone in our chat that didn't have one and getting on that. We appreciate you, buddy, as always. But what's up, Deuce?
Gift subs.
I tell you what, Deuce was a champ this week in Big Brain on snaps. This man submitted like 5, and I was like, "Let's go!" Just he was on it with that hashtag. So good job, Deuce. I loved watching all those battles, man. You did great. But yeah, it was. I think it was I don't know. Excitement was gone last season. I think the liquidity bots really royally messed that one up for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I haven't even done my report yet either, but I'm pretty sure I like way underperformed on Mondroid last season.
Probably
Because
at
like
least
I
the
don't
ranked
know, I
play,
don't
right?
know what. Yeah, in ranked play, well, and in tournaments, this is like the double whammy. But yeah, whatever happened really affected me. But my other account actually did better. I mean, I'll have to look at the numbers still, but it was pretty close. Like my alt almost had more. It's like, what is going on? And I think what happened is that I play my alt like first thing in the morning, and I think that's when like the liquidity bots reset, and then just farmed them. But then when I start playing my main, I get like the strong scholar accounts and stuff later in the day.
Interesting. Yeah, I know Deuce is saying he had a 67% win rate. I mean, yeah, I think everybody's win rate was just through the roof at the end of the day. That was ridiculous. Hold on, let's go ahead and take a look with our new UX update where we now have to go click through a bunch of stuff to get here. Let's figure out where we're at here. So, yeah, 9,240 for first place on the rankings. That is ridiculous. And I mean, yeah, and then it's not even like too many people way up at 5,000. Like there was really a chance where for a long time, and I would say even the season before this one, end of season 4,300, like Champ 1 was still within top 100. We blew past it in this last season. Like 4660 was 100th on the champion leaderboard. So yeah, the liquidity bots were just way too soft. Way too soft. And honestly, to not even soft, like just incompetent. Incompetence is the word I'm looking for. They couldn't.
Oh yeah.
The majority of them couldn't fit a team that made sense. Period. So they were giving away wins. Now,
it like 4 cards might have made sense. Like, oh, he's got Mantaroth and Delia and this and that, but it's like Mantaroth's in the back, Delia's in the front. It's like, what? What is going on here?
Yeah, how many times did we have they're slamming is Nidhogg and Mantaroth in like a 21-man match? And you're like, oh, are you gonna choose Blast too? Okay, good job, bot. It's like, no, this is ridiculous. Yeah, it was bad. And honestly though, it was cool. Everybody made the same stink. I was making a stink in the suggestions chat and all that. And Royal, he was on it. So let him know first thing this season that the bots hadn't gotten any better. And he shared a couple spreadsheets, or tables in which they're kind of tracking these performances, and they've identified players that just are not or operators that are not able to do what they're supposed to do. And so he said, I think in a couple days or whatever, those bots were going to be offline if they weren't able to pick it up. But then he also did show that there are some bots that are running at about that 50% win rate for the direction that they're supposed to be in there. But wow, Glory, thank you very much for 2 months.
Basil bucks.
Let's go. Tell me how young and handsome I am, please. I mean, honestly, dude, on camera, you have to be the best looking battle mage that we have. There's a reason Jangles is only on a podcast. And so just good for you, man. Good for you.
Whoa. Wolf.
But yeah, Jeff says, now I want to avoid liquidity bots. I mean, realistically, they didn't do... I don't know. In my opinion, playing without them and then playing with them, I don't think they served a purpose, and especially in Champion. I don't need to play them, at the end of the day. And I also don't feel like I had a problem, but I didn't play, I played half as many matches as I think everybody else does, and I was aiming for those 25 matches a day. So I didn't generally have a liquidity problem. When I hit the 2-minute mark, which I think is the way it was originally set up, you hit the 2-minute mark. If you don't find somebody within your rating, you either get one of the top 5 people or you get somebody that's still in Diamond 3. And so, like, that was the way it was, but it was still, I don't know, it was still efficient there. So I didn't personally think I needed them. And then, frankly, all of this I thought was just for survival. So the fact that, like, it was over in modern too, it didn't make any sense to me. I didn't know what was going on. So, but I don't know, Mondroid. Do you feel like you were able to get more games in, or you were playing faster, or your experience was better queuing up against these things? Like, let's just say they did perform well. Do you feel like your queue match time experience was better?
Well, the thing is, right, it kicks in after like 2 minutes or something, right? So it's like if you're playing one, you're still waiting a long time, which, I don't know, kind of defeats the purpose. But I don't know, it's a struggle, man. It's a struggle for me to get them all in on the 2 accounts. Yeah. Like, I try and I'll do pretty well for a couple days, and then I'll be like, nope, it's board game night with the homies, and like I don't play at all, and then I'm back to like 40 energy the next day, and I'm like, fuck. Yeah. I'm in the same boat. So Deuce says we need them. We need the bots now to be able to battle. So, and I will say I have noticed I haven't fought a bot that played an incompetent team in the last 2 or 3 days. And in fact, I've highlighted a couple of them in my DMs with Royal, that like there were a couple accounts that actually put together a really good meta team. Very meta. Like the first one I noticed, Slade position 1 backed up by Jureka, or the Phase Ward girl, and then the classic swiftness with weapons training and 2 slows. I think Pickle and the gnome, and it was just like, it was a classic Slade team, real good. And I was like, all right, cool. That bot knew what it was doing, and it put together the right team for it. So. But so I've seen that a couple times now, and I've lost to a couple of them in the last couple of days, and so I was like, okay, maybe we're getting somewhere. But what's interesting is, even if they fixed it right out the gate this season, we're already gonna have another season of rating inflation, because we got a bunch of people that made it to champion that have never made it to champion before. So it took a couple days. There's going to be a season where some people's game experience is going to be pretty bad, because without the bots, like, kind of keeping them at a 50% win rate, they're going to get wrecked to go back to where they should be playing. You know what I mean? They're going to have a really bad season. And I don't look forward to that. That's going to be a hard one, honestly, is, some of these players that had no business being a champion are going to have to just get wrecked for a season. So, rip to you guys if you made it up here and had no business being up here. I apologize. Get ready to be slapped. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I didn't find much joy in the pushover battles, regardless of the SPS earnings. And that's really it. We talked about it. And at the end of the day, if that's really all that they were doing, then just as soon as you reach 20 minutes, or if you reach 2 minutes and there is no opponent, just give me SPS. Don't even pay somebody else to provide a service if that's what they're going to do. You know what I mean? Save the server costs. Yeah, exactly. Just pay me the SPS and let's move on. So, Rogue got all that pent-up energy after not having Mondroid around last week. Yeah. No, I missed him. I had to let him go off and be a human and, like, participate in real world stuff and hang out with friends. And that was BS. Friends. Once a year. That's what he gets. Once a year. Isn't that right, Jeff? one Sunday off a year. Jeff, we don't let off the labor except once a year. That's what we do. It was kind of a shock though when normally I'd see a liquidity bot and just throw like all my black foils in there, even if it's like, who cares, you know? They're just gonna throw some garbage team at me, and then I see like an actual good team, I'm like, huh.
Just stacking up the multiplier. No.
Yeah, because you go for like the 100% bonuses, basically. Like, why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
But then they caught me. I was like, shit. The bot actually made a good team.
Yeah. Deuce says, what'd you guys make of Stever's gripe stream? I haven't seen Stever's stream yet. When did he do that? Was that?
Maybe 5 days ago or so?
I'm going to have to put it on my watch list.
Question mark?
Was it just Stever, or was it also Bebe in there with him?
It was Steve, Bebe, and Dave, but Bebe didn't get to talk, like, at all. It was 9 hours? What?
No.
I only watched, like, a couple hours.
9 hours? They tied Dave up for 9 hours? And was it... okay.
Tails was there
should I go watch it? Like, should I go watch it? Or is it, and this is really, I think, one of the issues that I think I have is there's a bunch of people that talk to Dave, but then they're all really asking the same questions and we have the same conversations. Nobody's really getting out new information in this situation. So you guys tell me, is this 2.5 hours worth the watch? Or was it just like an experience that you guys like had, you know? But, you should watch it. Great.
Oh, because Tails was in it.
Tails, you can't can't promote your own stuff. They were talking in circles. See, that happens. It happens. Nah, hit the bullet points from TPG. All right, we'll do. I wrote a post about it, Rogue. Let's go. Thank you, my man. All right, I got it. He was
legit like upset though, for sure.
Like who was? Stever?
Steve.
Okay.
Because he's pissed that his whole, you know, putting 7K into the game is going to get him, like, 3 cards.
he didn't put 7K in this set, though, did he?
Yeah.
He put 7K into Conclave Arcana, and he's only
That's what he was saying.
And he's only getting 3 cards. How'd you put
'cause I think he went hard on the legendary potions, and then I don't think he got any good black foils.
Oh, it was the legendary packs.
The legendary packs, yeah, my bad.
Ooh, instead of the alchemy packs? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't put in $7,000. You're sitting all right. Like, what are you sitting at for Conclave?
Probably close, like 6,500. Because, I mean, I did, like, what was it, 3,800 into the pre-sale?
Yeah.
And then I swapped a bunch of SPS.
Yeah.
So it was probably close to like 6K or a little over. But I went for alchemy packs with half of that, and then the other half I was buying black foils that were getting dumped to like the $100 common range and the $300 rare range. Yeah. That's when I was scooping them up.
Where are they? I guess, are they chilling there now, or like where did those end up? I wonder what the floor on black foils ended up being. Okay, so 142. So that's a $30 increase from essentially what the floor was on those. Rares. Wow, one of the cheapest rares is a summoner. But we got one rare at 310, 326, 355. So yeah, not a lot of them really in that $300 range there. So yeah, Druid's Blood. Thanks for the sub. People skilled. Thanks, buddy. Every time it pops up on my screen with the notification, it shows me who it was for, but it doesn't show me that it was gifted. So, well done. Thank you, Jangles. So yeah, no, it looks like the common floor definitely is up. But I can see the argument there because realistically, that's where we were at. We didn't really know where, you know, the value was going to be. Well, I mean, I guess, is Stever sitting on like a black foil legendary? Because
I don't think so.
Because
his main argument is he got screwed by RNG, so one guy gets a black foil legendary. That's like 3 cards, which is like more cards than he's gonna get for his whole deck.
is it really a black foil legendary is like 3 cards? What was like a legendary? It's supposed to be what, 5x the CP? Let's see what a black foil legendary is.
There are a ton of black foil rares that don't even have a single copy available right now. That is crazy.
I don't think anybody's selling it. I can't really see. I gotta go into Splinterlands. Items, card collection, legendary. None more.
It's
black.
5x the power of a gold foil, max gold foil.
Oh wow. All right. So yeah, CP on that. Why can I not see any of these? Oh, there it is. Estimated power, 26,000. What did we need? 111. It was 111 for a guaranteed. So yeah, that's 2. I mean, a black foil legendary is 2 in itself.
Little more than 2. Yeah.
But I mean, realistically, for the price of what a black foil legendary should or would be, like, it's not worth 2 legendaries. I mean, because I don't know, like, what, 5 commons gets us. 5 commons get you a guaranteed drop, if I remember right. That's 24,000. So yeah, 5 of those gets you a regular, and so that's $500. Like, your floor for a drop is like $500 in black foils, is what it seems like. So, or at least, sorry, that was back when these were like 100. Now they're 150, so it's higher than that. But Stever did a group buy and sold off all the high value cards. Okay, so maybe that kind of plays into this. But Tay-Tay's pulling some serious weight. Yeah. So all that complaining, and they screwed over the people who get more airdrops than cards. Yeah, that was interesting. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the one black foil legendary will get you 2 airdrop cards. But I mean, honestly, guys, this is where it was at. At the end of the day, we talked about this. We knew it was coming. You can't print CP like that and not change the mechanism. There's no way. Rebellion was the first time we did it. And generally what we saw, we just have an entirely different card distribution in Conclave Arcana than we did in Rebellion, so we can't compare the two at all. And I feel bad for Stever, going heavy on legendary packs that really, like, the legendaries aren't holding huge value, and so if you didn't pull black foils out of those, or I don't know, like, the legendary packs were supposed to have more of the arcane variants. Is he sitting on arcane variants? You know what I mean? Because there is no extra conflict benefits to one of those variants. So, but it's only a price variance there. Like, you stake one of these on your card, it's not going to do anything more than just the regular black foil was going to do. So if he's sitting on some of these like gold foils, then maybe trade up, or trade down, or trade sideways. I don't know, whatever you got to do. But I feel bad. That sucks. That's a shame to feel like you've put in a lot of money and to not feel like you really got the reward or benefit from it. Because I don't know anybody that didn't and doesn't feel really good right now. Shit, that sucks. So yeah, speaking of, you're doing all right on yours. What are you looking at, Mondroid, for yours?
For my total drops?
Yeah.
7344, so 7,344 chances on my main account. So, like, I guess that's what, like, I guess close to 7 copies.
Yeah, it should be a little over 7.
Let me hop to the alt. I'm only getting 3,890.
Oh, did you leave? Where are you?
No, I'm here.
Oh, sorry. It cut you off on like a weird note of that word. I was like, no, he's gone. Ah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, in a perfect world, I should hopefully get somewhere around 11 copies, I guess, between the two accounts. Which means it's going to be hard for me to do my strategy of giving my alt max airdrops.
Yeah.
I'm only halfway there in that sense.
Yep. Yeah, because there's your alt account was really kind of built off of the conflicts from Rebellion, right?
Pretty much. That's like the Max Venka, Tofu, Lorcus all carry me pretty hard on that account.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
and that's the thing is like last conflict, Rebellion conflicts, this gold foil silver account was pulling in more copies than my regular foil deck, even back then. But now it's flipped because my main deck has my like 8 black foils.
Yeah.
And then the price went way up, so my gold foil silver account is actually getting way less this time. So that's interesting, you know.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is definitely, I think Azarcon shared a pretty good graph in the chat tavern that I was looking at. It's going to be a very top-heavy conflict, and we'll see generally how that plays on the market, you know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, honestly. We'll kind of see how that plays out because realistically, the price on Conclave Arcana, I don't know, let's take a look. How we sitting here? Let's take a look at our rares. They seem to be kind of the benchmark. Rares are still north of $150 on the summoners, creeping down lower on the rest of it, but still not looking terrible. Checking out the legendaries because epics aren't worth anything. We're getting down to $13.50 on the Shang and $13 on the Greybrow. Everything else is kind of settling in. Oh no, Craniax is back down. What happened? Guy? What's he doing down there? Weirdo.
Craniax, what are you doing?
What are you doing, guy?
I've been trying to actually sell some cards to raise a little funds, but I'm pretty sure everybody else is doing the exact same thing. So it's like,
but what are you raising funds for? You know, what are you going after?
Well, that is a great question. I was probably gonna look for. I want to max the Bella because the Ulan summoner is. It's just too good for blast rule sets and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And like melee only rule sets with blasts. It's really, there's certain rule sets where it's just a must have, you know? So that was one thing for sure I was going to be looking at.
Oh, wow. I'm actually seeing Emma says better balance the overall system. That's why my, You're talking about.
Didn't they do something like that for Gold Foil Alpha legendaries on land? Like the cap was lowered or something?
I think so. I think you're right. Wow, so some of these Gold Foil commons are actually creeping real low now. They were up there for a ways, but now they're getting really low, and I don't think the common price itself really hasn't adjusted too much. It's still $17 there, so interesting. So yeah, maybe the prices on this stuff is starting to kind of fall out a little bit here. But then what's everybody settling on? That's the big thing. Now that there's one metric that I guess I should probably bring up is like gap season is starting to come to a close. So what we'll kind of notice, or at least in the past, is realistically, whoever from YGG that was really just here for the gap and during their time here was not hooked, like they're going to dump and go. So whatever they've accumulated over this time for whatever their quest, they're going to dump and go. So there's a chance that we're going to probably see, you know, a downtick in players and everything from that. It's one of the things that I kind of had queued up here was, you know, what are we sitting at for, wow, these gold foil epics are not.
I'm going to need to sit down and slam out like all those quests because I, you know, obviously have it all completed, but I haven't turned it.
Yeah, so hey, you got to go after those tournaments though right away. Like, if hopefully you've been keeping up with those, because those close actually, so you need to do those within the week of completing them. So like, if you haven't,
I've done the tournaments.
Right,
I'm pretty sure.
Perfect. But
it's all the other ones.
Yeah, let's look at the Explorer here, because I think I've noticed like battles. We're starting to see battles kind of tick down, which is interesting because of inflation. I'm wondering if the bots like just didn't count towards these battles or what. But we're seeing a downtick in total battles in the days. So then also new players starting to tail off again. So the YGG gap is dwindling. We'll see what let me change this to a 3-month here. Nope, that's terrible. That doesn't work. So we'll see if the daily active accounts maybe drops off a little bit here once the YGG gap season's done. If it stabilizes here for the whole time, that'll actually be pretty interesting. Market volume still looks good, so, but yeah, the new player stuff is tailing off, but they hard capped gold foil PP at 100k. Yes, they did. I do remember that. Yep, I do remember that. But did you see this past week's YGG gap tourney results? No, I did not, because I goofed and I didn't even sign up for it. I screwed up. Why? Am I going to go to this and are you going to be at the top? Are you going to be the absolute dominator? Am I going to see?
Dude, I got wrecked in that tournament.
Dude, I think
I didn't even make day 2, I don't think.
Frankly, they're getting harder, or they were. Like, I didn't place top 50 in like the last 3. 2 of them I played, obviously the one I skipped, but all right, private events week 6. Let's see what happened. There he is, this guy. What a stud. 21-1. Who'd you hire in the Philippines to play your account?
21-1, and I again. Oh. Blind squirrel moment.
Me, myself, and I tapped into my my ethnic battle mage. Oh man, congratulations, dude! 21-1. Well done.
Tournaments are funny like that sometimes, where you're just on fire that day, aren't you know, on your side, and you
can't
just
be touched.
Got an easy group or something, you know, and you just slam.
Yep, still got a few LTEs or lights in here, so actually quite a few of them in the top 50 here. So it'll be interesting to see if, you know, these accounts kind of stick around and or what happens. But we do have one more. We have one more YGG tournament. It's the big one, and it's got big prize. This is what I'm looking forward to. This has got first place 3 legendary and 5 alchemy packs. Second place is 2 legendaries and 4 alchemy packs. So nobody's getting standard packs. Like, the worst you can do in top 10 is 2 alchemy packs. So, like, let's go. That's
that one. Yeah, I'm gonna need to try a little harder in that one.
Yeah, the last one I ended up second place, and I got 3 alchemy packs. So like, the prize pool on this one is like way better. But competition was pretty crazy last one. So did you win packs, Tails? No, not that one. Those aren't packs. Those are just points that you end up using for gap quests. So, but you can turn those points into YGG tokens. So ended up probably winning some tokens. Speaking of, I'm actually gonna go run over and jump. Nah, I'll do that later. But I got some more YGG tokens to claim today. But last premium event, the duel with Rogue and me. Yeah, that was a good one. It was like I'm like eating breakfast with my family, and your messages in the Discord are like pinging. They're like, "Oh, it's down to me and Rogue. Oh, it's me and Rogue." And I'm looking at my queue, and I'm like, "Yep, he's the next person I gotta play." I'm just like eating my eggs, thinking about just wrecking you. I was like, "Oh, these eggs are delicious." So, yeah, that was good. It was a good morning. It was a really good morning. But peak too soon, Tails. Yeah. Ah, man. So we will end up losing players when their season ends, is the thought? Yeah. No, at the end of the day, there's a like, we can't expect a perfect retention rate, especially from a program like YGG, because a lot of their stuff, the majority of the people that we're bringing in kind of have games. A lot like myself, you know? Like, Splinterlands is my game. I participated in the Gap Quest. I did Soulforge. I did LOL Land. I did, I did one of the other ones. I did some of the other quests. But none of those games stuck me, you know, like Splinterlands does. So at the end of the quest, I just go back to my game. I didn't really pick up anything else from there, and you know, that's what it was, you know. Along the way, though, maybe some of them did stick. Maybe some of them we did actually land. So some of the quests that we're gonna have to kind of keep an eye on is, one of the quests was to own 100 Conclave Arcana cards. So, you know, there's a chance that there's a good amount of people that just have a couple hundred cards tied up on their account, and as soon as the season's over, there might be a dump of like a bunch of commons, you know, so we might see the floor kind of drop on those, you know, but we'll see. You know, at the end of the day, that's how these kind of swarm marketing go. Like, really, I think I've done it the same way. What was that thing that we did? We've done it for Splinterlands. They've sent us out to go do some stuff for some people because we have an awesome community. What was it? Wazder? Wazder was one of them. It was like a social media platform that I think we helped them more than they helped us. It was some sort of campaign on Wazder for Splinterlands, but I think realistically, we swarmed their platform more than they actually had to offer us. That was one of them. I'm trying to think. There was another one too, where we've just kind of gone and done that. And then, because like I don't use Wazder today, it was not a smooth application for me, and it did not satisfy the social media aspects that, you know, it was offering. So, but yeah, after this gap, after this YGG gap season, that's actually going to be it. There's going to be no more gap seasons after that. They're going to change it up into something else, and, you know, we'll learn about that later. But, you know, Mondroid, what'd you think about this gap season? You know, this is your first one that you participated in, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool concept. It's kind of interesting because I think there's like a crew of these people that pretty much just hop from whatever game is being supported, you know, to the next one and farm tokens, right? So like for them, you know, it's cool because they're playing, checking out different games and stuff, and then earning the tokens and getting value out of it and stuff. So
yeah,
I like the concept, and it does get a lot of people to expose to your game. So it's on you to, you know, to keep them. But
yeah, Deuce says he misses.
It does bring the people in.
Yeah, it does. I mean, they've got a big community, and they definitely go after it. The thing I've appreciated most about it is I've gotten exposure into some other blockchains, and I've gotten to see some other platforms. Like, I remember kind of being ignorant, I would say, you know, like hearing Splinterlands kind of talk about, let's say, Arcade Colony. You know what I mean? Like the concept of Arcade Colony, and they were just like, it's gonna be revolutionary. And then realistically, there's many other blockchains that are already doing that. Like, they have something like that. Immutable is damn near an entire blockchain that is kind of built around gaming with a central hub of, like, their whole wallet is like a central hub of gaming stuff. when I went over to Abstract, or not Abstract, when I went over to crap, I don't remember which one I was on. Dang it. I went over to another one and they had like a whole marketplace. It was almost similar to like YGG's Gaming Guild setup. It was like one page with a bunch of games on it, the marketplaces for all those games and everything in one central area, and I was like, yeah, that was pretty cool. You know, and so I don't know, there's many things going on out there, and because of the amount of hours that I spend in Splinterlands, I don't spend those hours anywhere else learning or really following the ecosystem, because I don't have to, or I don't want to. Like, this is my game. But yeah, it was you know, so I think that was really kind of some exposure there for me. And then plus, like, handling, I was part of YGG from the very beginning, so back then, you know, the tokens were on Ethereum. Then I was there when they converted over to Polygon, and then now they're on the Ronin chain. And so it was like, I've kind of been with them through all of this, so I learned a lot about bridging, and transferring of tokens and using dexes and stuff like that. So, you know, it was a good experience. It was a really good experience. But
get that exposure.
Yep. So the People's Guild says Gap 7 or 8 bought me Rebellion. Wow, that's great. Deuce says he misses $3,000 worth of YGG. I mean, those first couple gaps I did, I remember getting some obnoxious amount of change from those, but I ended up like buying Chaos Legion, not like at peak, but it was nowhere near the floor yet. So like, you know, I'd spend a couple $1,000s to move from silver to gold. I think at that time, that was like one of my big jumps that I did back in the day. So like, that's really where some money kind of went off there for me. But so yeah, AC is still doing anything. Yeah, he's oh no, AC, I don't know AC. I know Knight AV. But no, I don't really know so much about AC anymore. The AC
Arcade
fork.
Colony.
Oh, Arcade. Sorry, I thought there's a prominent figure in YGG. His name's AC. I have no idea. I don't think they're doing anything. I've peeked over there and there's some kind of Unity poker thing going on, but it all seems to be the same. They've got like a poker game, or they've got not a poker game, but like a casino, but like you need to buy cards, and there's like regulars and gold foils, and you need to stake them to earn something to spend in the game. And it all just seems to be like Moon Carts is the same. It was like gold foils and regulars, and it was just like, it's almost like copy and paste. Genesis League Sports is like copy and paste. It's crazy. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know enough about any of it either to make any kind of comments on it.
Yeah, I've checked it out, but I haven't even. I don't really want to do anything over there. But DeHaas has said, heading over there now. All right, free advertising for Arcade Colony. But yeah, no, good call, Jeff. Actually, I was just thinking about you today, because I was curious. I didn't know. I was gonna dig through my Argent Saga cards, and I was like, I don't know if I have any of Jeff's storefront cards. So for those of you that don't know, Jeff has been in trading cards for a really, really long time, and he's kind of put his mark on a couple different games and everything. So like, he has a card in Genesis League Sports where he was one of the soccer coaches from Alpha because of his buy-in and all that. But he also has a card in a physical card game that I used to play called Argent Saga. It was only out for a couple years. It was a startup from Alternate Reality Gamings. They were like almost like a Channel Fireball for non-Magic the Gathering games. They did tournaments and traveled and did events and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna dig through my cards, Jeff, and I'm gonna see if I have any of those, and I might give a couple away on stream, and if I have any of them. Do you remember what those were? Was it a promo or was it released in a set? I don't remember. But yeah. Yeah, Ahonix, is that dead? Because I thought that was actually going downhill pretty quick. I remember going there a couple days, and then like next thing I did, I looked in there, and there was only like maybe 1 day's worth of auctions. Yeah, look at these. Nothing for 2 days. Yeah, there's only 1 page worth of auctions anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, all being held up by whoever this is. Meat Crab, Otik. Yeah, nobody's selling here. This is gone nowhere.
That's all that's left on there.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not even
13 auctions.
Yeah, there's 13 auctions, and it's not even, I don't know, single BCX of Yasik. Oh, there's a single BCX kitty on here. That might be worth bidding on. But yeah, it's just the same people that, like, so people aren't using this site anymore. Hype's over. Interesting. Yeah, nothing's gonna happen for 2 days, so like nobody's got to come over here for like 2 days. But yep. So yeah, that didn't nothing crazy happened there. But anyway, back to, I guess, the original topic of the conversation was like, do you feel like it was the liquidity bots, or I guess one, do you agree with Jangles and I's sentiment that like we're at this state of the game where like end of the season means nothing?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's just nothing in the shop that's cool. Like, and that's the problem with our current reward card cycle, is that they linger so long. Everybody has easily maxed them that's been here, you know, and I mean, I've got like 4 or 5 copies first when I used to play Survivor mode, and you know, I shouldn't have even been buying those, really. Well, I should say without Survivor mode, I wouldn't be buying those. So it's like, you know, I'd probably have 10 million plus glint just chilling. So, yep, the shelves are bare, as Tails says. Like, there's just nothing interesting. The shop's been out for how long, and it's exactly the same as how it originally launched. You know, like it's just.
And that's, you know, at the end of the day, I think when I was listening to the People's Guild and he brought it up, Azarcon was kind of writing it off like it's just cards and it's always just going to be cards. And at the end of the day, I don't think they actually have to change up much. They just have to keep a cycle that is longer than, or shorter than a year, so that way it's fresh and exciting, you know. Because yeah, I think I'm in the same boat. That is my 100% belief that there is nothing currently really wrong with the distribution of anything. It's just that we own everything that we could buy right now with Glint. And what was the big thing that was promised with Splinterlands, right? It was that like you won't be able to buy everything. There's a lot of people with Glint right now that have bought everything. Like we're done. So like I know that they've really gone out of their way to make sure you can't actually buy everything with dollars, but like maybe move that same principle into Glint at this point. Because yeah, there's nothing worth saving for. There's nothing worth buying. It's all, you know. And the other part is like we're literally on the cusp of the new stuff. So like that automatically puts everybody into a holding pattern. Like right now, the thought would have never crossed my mind of like, all right, maybe now I'm going to go after some gold foils, because I know there's not enough time to go after gold foils. You know what I mean? I'd just be wasting Glint, you know? And my biggest argument about stocking the shelves has always been that we are not taking advantage of the DEC burn mechanism that was put in place for unlocking soulbounds. Like, that's gone, you know? Like, if we leave these in circulation and printing for over a year, there will never be a demand for us to unlock and, you know, burn the DEC for these. You know, it's pointless. So I want that shorter cycle. And I know that they mentioned it to Joey on the People's Guild podcast, and he almost seemed surprised by it. And I'm shocked. I'm shocked that he would be surprised. I'm shocked if the team doesn't know that we need that right now. So what do we have to do as a community to like make that clear that we want shorter prints and we want it refreshed on a faster time cycle than one full
I think
set.
the only thing they really listen to are proposals, so you have to campaign and get everybody behind it and pass something that says pretty much what you said.
Yeah. Man. And see, that's Deuce says the gold foil epics and legendaries are worth saving for, but I mean, are they? Like, or are they going to be like really cheap on the market because, there's not going to really be a demand for those, I mean, I'm sitting on a good amount of them, but I just don't want to be stuck in the middle right now. At the end of the day, I don't want to be stuck in the middle of like have burned a bunch of glint right before the refresh of a new set when it's going to be important to get your cards up and leveled up. You know what I mean? So I'm in this holding pattern right now, but I'm waiting on a 10x unlock so I can buy 2 BCX and be done with silver rewards. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I think everybody's in a holding pattern. So like, let's kind of go back a little bit. Should we revisit the 10 BCX unlock price? Like, right now, one of the big things with the old reward cards was like the influx of cards that really drove down price. Theoretically, if I go to Peak Monsters and I look at, buying cards and I say I'm going to get these Soulbound reward cards for Chaos. And I see commons here that are 0.4 cent or 4 cents up to 8 cents for a single BCX or 10 cents for a single BCX. Those look healthier than these, which are sub 1 penny. But realistically, who's buying these cards? Nobody.
Well, yeah. Nobody that I know of.
Absolutely nobody. In 4 weeks, somebody bought 99 copies of one common. So like there's nothing there. Let's see if what the liquidity on these are. Okay. Come on.
Nah.
$260 of trading volume on a half a penny card versus $10 of trading volume on a 10 cent or on a 5 cent card. Like, okay, what do we do with that information? That tells me that our unlocking is BS, because realistically, if we spent 204, we probably burnt more DEC on Pellicore Mercenary transactions than we did on unlocking the 99 copies of Dumaki Orc or whatever. I don't know. I'm being very facetious and sarcastic at this point. But like, holy crap. And maybe it wasn't even Bloodmaker. Who wants a Bloodmaker? Nobody. But there was $87 of transactions over a week in volume on an overprinted, crappy reward card that we tried to fix. Oh, let's go. This one's $270 on these What? And these
on
are
the Bandit.
These are half penny cards. So I mean, at this point, now let's think about it. Which one do we want more?
So the obvious point is that you can't use soulbounds on land. So that soulbounds just have no utility whatsoever, basically. You can't use them on land. You can't use them in modern. But the Pellicores, you can at least chuck them on land. Somebody's buying them up and tossing them on their plots, probably.
You could.
I mean, it just tells me we gotta get rid of soulbounds. Like they just kill our entire system. They're completely worthless. They have no economy, benefit to the economy. Nothing's being burned because of them.
I'm with
Even
you
a
there.
Pellicore
It's
Merc's
stagnant.
burning some DEC, dude.
It's absolutely stagnant. There's no
just
like
through the burn fee from the market fees.
yeah. But like it's stagnation. It's 100% stagnation. At least in these super overprinted, like, how many of these? There was 6 million total cards, 1.2. So if we go, not compare. Now we go look at our other ones here. Like, let's just say, okay, let's even make it to where, it's not soulbound, or let's say it is soulbound still. So we got 4 million. So we got really the same amount of cards. Same amount of cards for the Demakia arc, but we've only unbound 3,000 of those. So comparatively,
and that's
there's
ECX, like 3,000 unbound.
Yeah, that's cards. No, I don't. I think that's cards. I don't know if that's BCX. I guess either way, if it's cards or BCX, it's still tiny, because it's less than 1% of the total circulating supply of mercenaries. But the mercenaries are doing more for our economy right now than these are. Like, period. At least they have some interest. So, like, what if, just for the sake of argument, we'll say, what if we put these back to just, instead of a 10x, it's just CP. Burn for the CP value to unlock the card. So that way, we don't have DEC inflation. Because if the card is burned, then we still net 0 on the DEC. And we have cards with utility. And we have a constant flux of DEC burning. And we have cards that can be sold right away. Like, so early farming of reward cards really has some viability there. Of making some money and putting it into other things. Because I guess that's a huge shock for me. I've never really seen or paid attention to just that aspect. Let's look at this one. $50 on the dry bone. Wiley's not a meta card, so it's probably nothing. Coastal Century is a meta card. $28. I mean, but even a non-meta card like a Bloodmaker's doing better than these. Let's see. What's our most... Here's my boy, the Ravenhood Warden, who I, put a lot of money into. $5. Okay. Realistically, this should be like a survival staple. It's got flipping Protect in bronze. That's good. But I don't know. These are stagnant cards. We've printed a bunch of stuff that are not circulating. They're not exchanging hands. They're not trading. It's a trading card game. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I'm for it. A single 1x. 1x to unlock a soulbound card. And we get to do it every 3 months. That's my solution. What do you think?
I think some people would try to kill you before letting that pass.
Why? I'm showing you, everyone was confident that these reward cards killed our economy, but look at them. They're doing more for us now than they ever did. $80 for an Ever Hungry Skull. Gargoyle Lion. Come on, we remember how much of a joke this card was. You remember this?
Gargoyle Lion.
Who was it? What was his name?
Luke. 177. Lukey the Lion.
Lukey the Lion. This was a meme. And it's doing more for us now than... I'm pissed. $177 of little sturdy fans in your economy right there. Gargoyle Lion. Jeez. Let's see. Phantasm. Let's see. How are you doing? What are you doing? $60 for a come on.
Just some garbage common from
Let's
Rebellion.
go. Undead Rex.
Untamed.
$12. Doing better than our Soulbound cards today. In stirring up our little liquidity pool. Now we're getting into rares.
$12 worth of sales.
$326 for the Venori C. Smith.
Wow.
Wow.
That is some value right there.
More value than our Soulbounds are giving us right now. All right. I'm for it. Write it up, boys. Somebody write it up.
I'm for it. Pass
Write it
the
up.
proposal.
Single BC or single 1x burn value for CP so that we don't have DEC inflation and no cap. You can actually unsoulbound as soon as you pull them right away. Like go. Let's get it done. Jeez. Yep, I remember using that card like 4x ever. Gargoyle Alliance, greater than the Ravenhood Warden, you son of a... Those are fighting words. The land guys are going hard. Must be profitable. I mean, it's something. I think it's just spending money on stuff. Folks be loading up land. Yeah, but instead of buying these, like, look, that's $300 and some worth that, like, could be burned DEC if we made the unlocking cost reasonable. Like, what is 5 DEC? It would be 5 DEC to unlock any of our Soulbound Commons. Any of the Soulbound Commons, 5 DEC to unlock it. All of that going. That's like literally, we can take all of the transactions here, $208 worth of transactions, and instead of that, it's being burned. Just by giving them the Soulbound ones that they could probably unlock from their own accounts. Like, all right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Not super worth present day. Yeah, no, it's not really. So wait, so everyone isn't buying these cards? Yeah, Glory on his like $70 account. He's like, well, let's get it. Land guys won't pay for Rebellion or CA rewards since their CP for land is nerfed compared to CL. Yeah, I mean, I can understand that, but I mean, at half of a penny, you know, at some point it'll make sense, you know. But yeah, I just, yeah, needs to happen. Needs to happen. Plus, I mean, we have the initiatives in place right now where botting in Modern is not going to be a thing. We have a place that we for sure care about. We actually are trying to encourage more play in survival and in wild. So like we're talking about alt accounts with, you know, you start unlocking your soulbounds and transferring them to other accounts. Like, these are all things that we used to fear, but like today we are literally using a bot service to put bots out there so that we have people to play with. Like, I guess I'm over it. I'm over it. Soulbounds need to be unlocked. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Game's stagnant until I got something that I can actually buy and level up and, you know, be excited about. So, anything else you got on that, Mondroid?
Oh man, it's like there's so much to say about it, but honestly, it's just like we need better rewards. Across the board, not just in the glint shop, not just figuring out soulbound cards, but like across the board we need more reasons to want to get glint, want to do any of this. And I don't want SPS to be the sole focus of our reward system, you know, because then the token is the primary form of, you know, extracting, and that makes it awfully tough to stay above 1 cent, you know, when so much of the way you get your money back from buying an $8,000 set is through the SPS token. So
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep. Yeah. So
ideally, it would be great if there was good enough rewards, where people felt like we could, say, give out 50% of the SPS we currently are, and people would still be happy to buy in and play, right? Because like you'd get such cool shit or whatever, like other things too, like from rewards or glint or whatever. And
yeah,
I have some ideas for that, but that's like a whole nother post essentially. And
do it. I will buy SPS when we stop giving it out like candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Yeah, that's kind of the gist of it.
Yeah,
piece of candy.
All right, so big brain, I guess. General meta thoughts, Mondroid. Do you feel like anything's kind of changing for you, or do you think we're at where we're at and we need the conflict card to kind of shake some stuff up?
Yeah, well, I mean, I would say it's kind of where we're at. Like, I've pretty much figured out my Thugan account. I'm just gonna play Keelan and Lorcus as much as I can with different silence variations, There's like the Greybrow and the Giraffe play, or Cavewise and Giraffe, plus whatever, right? Corrupted Healing's pretty OP.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a big one.
And then there's Ulans when, Craniacs isn't available. They're just unbeatable in pretty much every rule set. You can get all the Ulans and Resurrects. So, I think a lot of it's been figured out.
Yeah, I think so. I think every legendary summoner from Rebellion has its play. And so it's just kind of tweaking from there. But yeah, for the most part, I think I've seen just about everything under the sun. There hasn't really been anything that's really kind of like jumped out at me. We did have big brain submissions this week from Jangles, Deuce, and we had it from Emma. So Emma jumped in there too. I actually, did you take a look at these, Mondroid?
Yes, I did.
All right. So I am thinking I for sure want to play Emma's, because one of the things that I want to highlight is the pickle voiceovers. Like, I've never actually heard them, and this one battle has like 3 of them in it, and so I was like, we gotta play this on the stream. Nice. So I'm for sure gonna play Emma's, but I actually really liked the big brain from Wild that Deuce Crypto had, running the Suede Shaman, running that classic giant strike with the recharge, kind of dusting off that meta. I think
dusting it off.
I mean, realistically, that's some old stuff. But then I also wanted to kind of highlight here. I was like, man, what is this dude's really close to Jangles' name here. Where's he at? Ben Giles.
Yeah. It's his doppelganger.
His English doppelganger. It's from the UK. It's B Jangles and then Ben Giles. But yeah, this overcharge that we had, or the recharge and the giant killer, is just great when this thing lands. Oh, it feels so good. But lots of sustain strategy here. Classic for this this meta that we used to experience. It was Izzyar all day, but he's even got a double taunt back here on Baradalin, but just one shots the Uriel. I was like, oh, gross. That is crazy. But yeah, that giant killer.
Yeah. The recharge, what could have been.
Yeah. And I mean, realistically, it wasn't meta then. And I think realistically, you got to know what you're gonna fight in order to bring it out. That's for sure. So yeah, it worked out real well there for that one.
18.
Exactly. And then
Recharge giant killer.
I'm gonna kill the music on this one because I want everybody to hear this because this is crazy. So Emma submitted one playing his lower level stuff. Let me see where my audio's at here. Nope, I need to beef that up. I need to beef it up. There we go. So Emma's down here playing silver level cards. Got a Lorcus and Scattershot with got a sound effect on a kill. Never listened to the game with sound effects.
Oh yeah, my sound is always muted.
Yeah. Corrupt Healing's doing great.
Rise and Pride.
What did he say?
On the Resurrect, he said, "Rise and brine."
Oh yeah.
But I think that was it's random, because, like, I can, let's go back and do it again, because I think, I've seen it a different way, or I heard it different in this same match last time. It was something like hard thing to deal with, something.
Can't keep a good deal down.
Yeah, there you
Hard
go.
thing to deal with.
Can't keep a good deal down. And when it dies, it's just Rise and brine. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So thank you, Emma, for that one. But yeah, that corrupted healing is definitely, that'll get you a long ways. Yeah, no. So yeah, I think we might have to, at one time, we're gonna have to maybe do a little staged battle with us and try to put Yaba next to Pickle and see what kind of comments we get when you put Yaba next to Pickle, because the People's Guild podcast spoiled that you definitely get some sound quirps when you put those two cards together. So we're gonna have to definitely see that. But my opinion this week goes to Deuce. What do you think, Mondroid? Janko's had a good one.
I'll go with Ime one tease.
All right.
So 1,000 DC from me.
Yeah. Then we've got one more
for you.
We got one more pack. So let's go ahead and spin for that. We'll send that pack out. Thank you guys for participating in the Big Brain Challenge. Jangles! There you go, buddy. Congratulations. Everybody's a winner. 2 people got 1,000. 1 person got a pack. Everybody wins in hashtag Big Brain. So, yep, keep it up. If you guys have any battles during the week you want to share with us, just use hashtag Big Brain on snaps. And we will review them and talk about them, and we'll be upvoting and stuff. Deuce is always on here giving out votes for Splinterlands posts and all that. So jump on here, have fun with it, and yeah, share share with us what you got going on. But let me go get these sent out before I always end up forgetting these. Jangles gets one and only one. Jangles, you gotta open it and you gotta snap what your open was. Do it. Do it.
Do it now.
Do it. Do it. I tell everybody, I'm like, look, I just sent you a pack, but you have to tell me what's in it. Like, open it in front of me. Do it. All right, so speaking of packs, I need to take advantage of the streamer's luck that has not existed. I am so far in the red. I don't know if you're following me on Snaps, but I do like the daily pack openings. I'm like $20 in the hole now. Like, we are struggling on packs. We are not getting it done. Oh, but speaking of, one of the things that I'm doing is I actually have a lot of bids up right now because what I'm buying is I'm buying some wild cards that are performing really well. So if you haven't picked up the trend, the majority of them are weapons trainable cards. That's what it seems like, but Dr. Blight's in there for sure. I don't own a Dr. Blight, and it's still one of the best cards in Wild. The bots love it. So I got some bids out there for some of these cards at some ridiculous prices, but it's kind of nice. I'm sitting on DEC, and I'm not rushing to spend it. Like, I'm kind of in this strategy where I'm buying a pack a day and doing all that stuff, and I'm not really jumping on much of anything else right now. So I'm just kind of playing a holding pattern, and when you're in that kind of mode, I think bids are really where it's at. So watch this cool video from Tails explain the bids on Elmo Burns, and started jumping in on it. So got some of those set. None of them have filled, so I wonder if it's broken. No, I'm just kidding. I set some pretty low bids. So if they ever fill, that'd be nice. All right, DEC prices. Where are we at? Oh, just under 4K. Okay, still worth it with the cash back. And I'm sitting at 41 right now on the leaderboard here. So I think 42. If I end up landing in 42nd place on this leaderboard, I'll actually get something. So that'd be nice. But guys, I need your help. I need your luck. Give me whatever chakra, energy, prayer, thought, whatever you need. Because I need a black foil. I need it. I'm 32.
I need a black foil.
I'm like 32 days in, and I'm feeling the urge to quit, and I don't want to be a quitter because they keep saying the chase is real, and I'm chasing, but I'm not feeling it. You're
chasing.
Come on, baby, touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it, drop it, spin it with the spin, go. Chakra, who's that? That's a good question. Nobody I know. I'm gonna turn on the volume. Let's do it. Oh, it's 2 epics. You know what's crazy? If none of this is gold, it still won't pay for the pack. Epics are so cheap. All right, here we go. Come on. Black foil. Black foil. Black foil. Black foil. Oh. Furious Brewer. No golds.
Come on.
No.
Oh, brew.
Yeah. Alright, let's go. My Explorer. Let's see. Need you to refresh. Yeah, still $3. It doesn't even pay for the pack. You pull 2 epics in a pack and it doesn't pay for the pack. Man, these new potions are killing it. Oh well, we're still stacking. We're still stacking cards. So, still in a slump, but nowhere near as bad as it has been sometimes. Like this one. Or not that one.
It got kind of close.
57 cents. Like, I pulled a lot of those. I've pulled a lot of those in a row, but yeah, it's not terrible. That tree is high list price right now. I don't know why. I probably the champion level resurrect that it gives. That's a pretty meta.
That's a pretty big deal because there's not much resurrect anymore.
Emma says, "I heard if you burn the card, it has a chance to become black foil." Oh yeah, let me just try that.
Let me just go do that.
Yeah. Nah, it's good. But yeah, so let's see. What do you got? What are you thinking for this week, Mondroid? We've got a long season. We've got 16 days in this season. Anything on your horizon this week? I don't think we've got anything yet. Pickle's still gonna be. We're not. Pickle sale ends in 3 days, but we're not gonna be into the. We're not gonna be into the next part of it until. When does that start? 29th, which is after our next show. So it'll be Tuesday after our next show. So nothing exciting with the pickle yet. We still got a couple months on the promo here. We're not going to do anything here for... Well, where's the date on this one?
Yeah, I haven't seen much Drakamoto, so I'm guessing it's people kind of came to that same conclusion I did, that it's just hasn't been doing it.
Not a good one. No, I mean it's just it's doesn't have a place yet. But oh, your opponent just played Craniacs and Greybrow together. Yeah, it'll take a little bit to get used to that. There's many times where I'm just like, oh, Craniacs and Poison Burst, and I'm like, oh wait, that doesn't work. Meta learning struggles, exactly. Still giving out pickles for second place in my tourneys for just a few more weeks until I run out. Oh, sweet. Is that the Wednesday night tourneys?
Circles.
Public events. Emma, there you are. Yep, 23rd. Which is a Wednesday. Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Sweet. Oh, wow, that's a crazy one. Conclave, Alpha, Beta, Untamed. Yeah, screw Chaos. Well done. Good. No, that'll be a fun one. Awesome, man.
Chaos is the gift that keeps on giving.
It was the best for market liquidity. That's how you stir our economy right now. Just sell a bunch of half-penny reward cards, which are selling.
Yep.
Crazy. Oh, man. All right, my friends. Well, we appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Hopefully everybody has had a fantastic week, and pray that you stick with it. We will be here again next Sunday. Mondroid does not have another birthday this month, so he should be with us again next week. But yeah, this week, just keep an eye on those liquidity bots. They're getting better. And yeah, let's make some noise and try to get our 10x on the Soulbound reward cards dropped down to a single X. Let's get those unlocks going, baby. Burn some DEC. Bitcoin's going crazy, so we'll see what the alt market kind of does after this, and we'll see where the overall crypto space goes. But Mondroid, you got any final thoughts, questions, concerns, love?
Well, the rest of my crypto is doing good. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, that's
no, I don't know. I mean, it's just thanks for hanging, everybody. It's always a blast. We kill an hour and a half like it's nothing.
Really do. You guys make it easy. This is probably one of the best chats we've had in in the 7-8 weeks we've been doing this now, and you guys are awesome. Love seeing you guys talking, chatting, presenting new ideas, talking about your weeks, and you guys make the show awesome. That's why we do this on Twitch, and we throw the update on the YouTube, because I'm a huge fan of the live audience. I think you guys make everything better. So hang in there, guys.
One day we're even gonna get a challenge.
One
do
day.
a battle.
One day. Well, I asked last week while you were gone. I asked where everybody was at on points. We've actually got quite a few people up at like 7,000, 8,000. They're all saving up for the flip it and rip it. Yeah, they're all saving up for the flip it and rip it. So, yep.
Okay.
So maybe next week we should start seeing them. Lots of active chat this week. I'm sure somebody crossed that threshold. But until then, my friends, have an amazing week, and we will see you guys next time. Cheers.
Peace.